Chris Nollet is a fixture in the Duluth Superior Theater scene, playing funny roles and serious roles. Welcome to the playlist, Chris.
Well, thanks.
So tell me about the role that you're playing now. You are George in
Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, which is one of the classics of American theater. And so I'm really excited to be doing it. This is actually the second time I've done it, and it gets better every time. So.
Question is, what do you bring to it that's different than you played 5 years ago or 6 years ago?
I think mostly the biggest difference is obviously I'm working with 3 different people in it this time around, so reacting to them is, you've got all sorts of different reactions. They play things differently than the other people did, and so I think that's part of it. Molly O'Neill, who plays Martha, brings a real kind of vulnerability to her Martha, and it's interesting. It's never the same thing twice. Heck, it's never even the same show from night to night. So,
it's a challenging role in that we were talking about the verbal repartee, the verbal abuse that
right.
happens over the course of two and a half hours.
George and Martha have got a terribly psychotic, abusive relationship, and yet they need each other. And part of what makes it so interesting is they're obviously both very intelligent, and they take a lot of pleasure in stabbing each other with words. So the other couple that gets involved pretty much ends up horrified at what's going on around them and kind of getting dragged into it. So it's very funny at times, and yet it's very shattering.
This is a heavier role.
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer the more serious roles? Do you feel that the Spamalot is a better fit? How do you decide what kind of role you want to play?
For me, it really comes down to what if I have the choice, and obviously, first of all, you have to be able to get the part. But for me, what really makes it is how interesting is the role to me, and George is fascinating. Just what motivates him, what causes him to act the way he does. And I've been as far as Spamalot goes, for example, I'm a huge Monty Python fan for 4 years, so I had to jump at that one. But
do you prepare differently for a serious role as George versus?
Not really. I mean, the basics of acting, it's all about what does my character want or need, or how are they going to get it. And that's no different if you're doing a comedy or if you're doing a serious role. I think one thing about comedies is that I forget who it was said it, but they said it's really kind of a thankless task because everybody thinks, oh, they're just goofing off. And it's just as much preparation as for a serious role.
How did you get into theater? When did you get bit by all of this?
I got bit in elementary school. I think the first big role I ever had, I played Linus in You're a Good Man at Charlie Brown at like 6th grade. So that was really what bit me. And then all through junior high and high school, I did a lot of theater. So,
any advice for people curious about community theater and what they should know going in?
Do it. I will say, this is a very, very good theater area. The production qualities are very high. So if you're just starting out, don't be discouraged if you don't get cast in the starring role right away. Let's face it, you're going to have to work your way up a bit and take the smaller parts, get to know people. 9 times out of 10, directors cast people that they're comfortable working with from shows they've done before. So
don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal the first 20, 30 times.
So how do these characters live with you when you spend, in this case, you're spending an intense amount of time inhabiting George?
Yep. George has taken over in that, we were talking last night just among the cast, that we're all a lot cruder and a lot meaner to people lately. I know I've been saying things that my mother would blush at now, just offhand, and I'll probably clean that up after the show is done.
It's an amazing commitment that community theater actors bring and give to the rest of us. What do you get out of it?
A chance to be somebody else for a while. So, and and sometimes that's a nice break.
Thank you for taking the time with us.
Thanks for the chance to be here.